If you've seen the video, which means you have, and if you've clicked on the video, which means you're watching it right now, and if you are currently watching the video, and if you're hearing my words, you are, it is time for you to at least try Fallout 76. This is a video that's going to be talking about my opinion on the game and why you should be playing it. I've made several videos on why you should play Fallout 76 before, but if you're clicking on this video, you have probably heard about or watched the Fallout TV show. Now, the Fallout TV show may or may not have gotten you interested in the game. Now, it got me really invested back into the old games. Like, I'm going to be buying Fallout 4 again on Steam and replaying through it, especially with the next gen update coming out in about 2 weeks. It is going to be a lot of fun. I'm about to do what Bethesda should be doing, but I am doing it because I want more people to play this game, because I want the community to be bigger. I want normal people who have never played a Fallout game to come into Fallout 76, even as their first Fallout game, and see how good the community is. The Fallout 76 community is by far one of the best gaming communities I have ever been a part of. It is so awesome, the generosity and the kindness that people offer you. Now, there's obviously going to be a few detractors, but the majority, and I'm talking like the 95% of players, are extremely kind, extremely nice, and extremely generous. And here's part one of my sales pitch. Fallout 76 is about 75% off on Steam right now, on Xbox, and I'm also going to be guessing on PlayStation. You can also get it a part of the Prime Gaming. You can get it free for the weekend, my understanding. It is also having a free play week on Steam. I don't know about the other platforms. And Fallout First, which I will be buying within about a week, is also half off. So you can get 1,650 items, a private world, the Fallout New Vegas Ranger armor, and some other cool little dances and goodies if you choose to go through that. Now, you don't need to, because it is a monthly subscription, and if you aren't a fan of the monthly subscription system, that is completely fine. You don't need to do that. But for a daily 76 player, if you play daily, I'm talking like 3-4 hours a day, it is about a must, right? I mean, I would say it's a must-have subscription if you're planning on playing for years to come daily, especially as Bethesda is going to be bringing more content to the game. It is a very worthwhile, I would say, subscription. I would be paying into it normally if it wasn't like $19-20 Canadian. If it was like 5 or 10, I would be all over that. I'd be every month. The other games like Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and all of its DLC are also heavily discounted. On Steam alone, you can get the entire series, and I'm talking the entire series, plus all DLC, for my understanding, I think it was like 70 Canadian dollars. Now that's Canadian, that's also counting Fallout 4 VR, that's also counting like the really old Fallout games, that's counting Brotherhood of Steel and Tactics. If you don't want those games, buy it separately if it's that worth of an investment, but if you have a VR system, which I'm very excited for the PSVR 2 to be compatible with PC, because I'm begging that Fallout 4 VR will be compatible, so I can play it. I mean, it's going to be awesome. If you have not yet been convinced by the price of the game, surely, I mean, like, it's $10 Canadian, so it's probably about 7 or 6 US, and Fallout 4 is about $6 Canadian, and New Vegas and Fallout 3 are about $3 to $4 Canadian, very cheap. There's also a double XP event going on right now until the 15th of April. Now, today is the, 12th of April, while filming this video, so you have about 3 days of this video, maybe 2 days as this video goes live, to get double XP, but even then, like, the XP alone, like, you could probably get to, like, level 40, I'm gonna be honest, especially if you start out with a pre-built character at level 20, you could probably get to level 40, 50, 60 if you play the game decent enough and, you know, grind for some XP, you know, kill a lot of enemies. You're gonna be able to level up very quickly. I'm already at level 140 something. I started about a month ago on my Steam character, and I'm already like a level 140, and a lot of grinding has been done. I also know a lot of the best farming spots, and I have made videos on farming spots, which I will put in little cards above the video at random points, but there's just so many ways for you to level up as well, right? From the killing enemies to doing questing. I mean, questing is insane. Like, there are so many quests in this game. That's a third sales pitch. The amount of content in this video game is staggering. The main quest alone, like the main one from the beginning of launch, like the day 76 launched in 2018, is probably about 15-20 hours. And it's not the best, but like, if you like listening to things, if you like talking to robots in the game, I mean, if you just like walking around and picking shit up and, you know, following, go there, do that, go there, do that, it's a perfect quest line for you. And it leads you to nuking, which you do need to do for endgame content, or you can hope other players do it in your servers. But not only is there the main quest line for Fallout 76, there's also Wastelanders, there's also the Brotherhood of Steel quest lines, and there are also tons of little tiny side quests you can find, like the Sheep Squatch, or like a bunch of other events that you can do in Daily Ops, and the expeditions. There's 5 of them now, and I know 5 of them doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, they are for very high levels, and they are very difficult. I recommend being level 50 before you even go anywhere near them, especially Daily Ops as well. And Daily Ops are recurring, right? Every day, the Daily Op mutations change. Now, if you don't know what that means, is say one day, the daily op enemies might be robots, or maybe they'll be raiders, or maybe they'll be ghouls, or maybe they'll be mutants, and they'll have effects like, say, they do a lot more damage and they ignore your armor, or they freeze you when they shoot you, or they run really fast. It's a bunch of different effects that actually affect the game you're playing when you do get into a new daily op. It's not the same every time. There's also several different maps, right? You can go through the boroughs, or you can go through West Tech. There's a lot of different areas that Bethesda put into daily ops, and my favorite spot is West Tech personally, because the one with the responders or the little signal areas, very easy to do, because the little signal areas you have to, you're timed as well, right? So if you can complete it under 8 minutes, you get the best rewards possible. That is for the highest levels. And a little funny thing I have to add here, PC players, I don't know what it is, if it's me, because I'm still pretty fairly low level with my build. Why can't we do daily ops in 8 minutes? What is the issue? Like, they're level 400. How are we not doing this? I find it so funny that PC players have the inability to do this. It must be me. It actually has to be, because I am pretty low level compared to my Xbox character, which was level 500. So it has to be me. Not only the daily ops, but the expeditions are like bigger versions of that, right? You'll go out on the map. You'll go to the Atlantic City, and you'll go to the Pit, which was the Fallout 3 DLC. You'll help people. You'll have several different objectives. You'll be fighting raiders. You'll be fighting showmen. You'll be doing my favorite one, the most spectacular game, or the most ambitious. Oh, I completely forgot what it was called, but it was the most spontaneous game. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. It is my favorite daily op, because you compete in this game. You're timed as well. So you're timed. You have to complete this game, go through huge sections, fight the enemies, like the new mutants that are added, the moonflowers. You have to do the objectives. Then you have to go through the actual big building. You have to take people out. You can emote every time you kill an enemy to get extra rewards. You can find a teddy bear to get like 100 caps as an extra reward as well, right? And if you beat the event, really, or the expedition less than 15 minutes, you get even more rewards because you completed it quickly. And then you have a mini boss and then an end boss. I think Bethesda, with the most like spontaneous game, that's their best daily op. It is, because it's the most simple, but it's still the most fun, and it's still the most like end game content, most dungeon boss that I think I've seen 76 at. And if I still haven't convinced you yet, I'm going to be talking about the grind. Now, the grind might throw you off. If you are not a fan of very grindy games, this game is definitely not for you. I'm telling you right now, this game is not for you. If you are a fan of like a long, kind of like, say, a week-long grind where you can get this really cool item, this game is more for you. Now, you can also get all these items pretty fairly quickly. It depends on RNG, right? It depends on luck. If you're going for if you're going for legendary items and you are getting like 1, 2, 3 star, you want a specific star, it's going to take a while, unless you get extremely lucky. But through currencies like gold bullion, through currencies like stamps, you can get a lot of different plans, right? So gold bullion, right now as well, as I'm recording this video, it's doubled. You can get up to 800 gold bullion a day, which takes a lot of work, because treasury notes you have to do public events for, and there's no way you're getting 80 of those in like a 2-hour span, right? That's not possible unless you and some boys nuke like Scorchbeast Queen or the Wendigo Colossus for 3 hours straight. You're not going to be getting 80 treasury notes in a day. It's just not going to happen unless you are set with a team, very high level, very ready to go. It's just probably not going to happen. But the amount of currencies and the amount of things to go for, that was the one issue I really had with 76 at launch as well, was that there was nothing to go for. I mean, like, you get your guns, you get your armor, that's it. Right? Now there's questing. Now there's even more armor. Like, I mean, starting a new character, I have to go for all this new armor again, right? And I can make it even better because they understand the game better. I'm not going to be able to get to level 500, wasting 500 levels of whatever the hell I was wasting to just, get the build I wanted, which was just a heavy build in the end, right? I mean, I have like 50 levels I haven't spent yet on cards, right? And that even goes into perk cards and legendary perks. Every 50 to 20, your first 50 levels, you'll get a legendary card, and then your legendary perk, and then every 25 levels after, you can pick more, up to 6 that go in between all characters. So if you have a level 1 character afterwards, those legendary perks carry over to that second character. So if you want a character that only makes ammo, you can have a character that only makes ammo. I don't know why you do that, because you just have builds. But if you have a certain character for a certain thing, you can swap them out, do all that awesome stuff. It is a very cool quality of life system. And talking about quality of life, this game, I wouldn't be able to play the game as it was in 2018, not counting content. If all the content and everything that was like content-wise in the game, I don't think I'd still be able to play it. The quality of life is astounding, what they've done with the quality of life in this game. I'm telling you, like, even as simple things as having a new section in your Pip-Boy. So when you pick something up, you can see it right there, right? When you're getting like awards during an event. So if I want to drop like missiles that I never use and they're heavy to carry, I can just drop them like that. It's awesome. Like, that is probably the best thing they've added. Or, being able to toggle like a system where all the spoiled food in your food and drink goes to the top. So if you do have a ton of spoiled food, it goes right to the top. Like, I thought that was really cool. A lot of settings in your Pip-Boy, right? I thought it was really cool that Bethesda would take that time to go through that, because that is always there, right? You're always playing 76. You're going to be in your Pip-Boy a lot. You're going to be in your HUD, and something like that, it is always invested, right? It's not just the content, but it's also how Bethesda treats the game with the quality of life. And with the quality of life, they've done extremely well, in my opinion. Like, they've fixed it. I mean, if the game launched with all the quality of life features they had, I guarantee it'd have a higher score. I guarantee it wouldn't have had like its 60s and 50s. It would have had like 70s, 80s. Even without the major piece of content, the bug fixes and the quality of life are massive. And my final sales pitch, the end game. Now, the end game involves daily ops. It also involves expeditions as well. But you have the three, like, kind of world bosses, right? Now, I could tell you at a, so let's say 2018, right? You have nothing about Fallout 76. You know nothing about Fallout. I'm a veteran player. I ask you, how many endgame bosses do you think there are in this game? You guess maybe like 4, maybe it's like 2, 3, 4, right? There's got to be at least 3. There was one. Scorchbeast Queen. And the amount of broken legacy weapons that were used. Now, these were they weren't hacked weapons, but they were broken because Bethesda never actually fixed their system. So, all these weapons, like you'd have like an explosive laser gun that would laser everything, right? I mean, an explosive flamer. That makes no sense. You're just shooting explosive shots, right? There's no flame coming out of that gun. But then they finally took that out, which I have my reservations about because I liked using those guns, but it is fair because it has balanced the game out quite well, right? I mean, Scorchbeast Queens don't go down in a minute or two, which was awesome. But after Wastelanders released, a few months after, they released a second world boss as well, which was the Wendigo Colossus. And they did have it during Wastelanders, but you had to nuke a certain area, and there was like a 15% chance of you getting it. And I mean, it was a cool boss, but you never really always got good rewards out of it. When they released the Colossal Problem event, that's where they really fixed the world boss issue. Now, we had 2. And then later on in Nuka World on Tour, we had a 3rd world boss, the giant mole rat thing, the Colossal Mole Rat, where I'm calling it. That's not the name, but I'm calling it the Colossal Mole Rat. A 3rd world boss that takes a lot more actually intricate details, right? You need to kill it, and then you need to hit the little crystals around it that's protecting it, and then you need to shoot it. You can only hit it with melee. Sometimes it's invincible. Then you got to fight off all these mole rats, the mole riders. That is probably the best world boss just because of all the activities you get to do. It isn't just killing the enemy, right? It isn't just gunning the guy down. It's actually doing objectives around shooting the enemy as well, which I thought was really cool. So if you have made it to the end of this video, as when I'm speaking, it's about 12-13 minutes in, I implore you, play 76. Even if you get it on Amazon Prime Gaming, if you have Steam, try the free play week, okay? Try it. It's of no cost to you except time. And I mean, it's also a weekend. Install it. You can uninstall it an hour after if you don't like it. Just play it. I'm imploring you to play it. Take the generosity from higher levels. If a higher level comes up to you and drops you something, you do the little heart emote, and that's all they need. I mean, I made a video months ago where I dropped 500 stim packs for players. Now, obviously not all together, but I dropped 50 or 60 per player. That was an investment. When I saw level 25, I'm gonna drop them a ton of stim packs. Help them along their journey so they don't have to struggle. Because even on my PC character, I was struggling to get stim packs at one point. I've had to buy them, right? Finding them is difficult, so I've had to buy them, and now I have 200 on me, which is awesome because I've never had that many. When I was on my Xbox character level 144, I was probably around 40, 50. But I promise you, and I've seen this firsthand, there are already hundreds of thousands of players getting into this game. And I can attest to that because I've seen so many low levels join the servers that there's only low levels in the servers now. I don't see any high levels. I saw a few level 300s earlier. That was about it. And then there was a bunch of level 9s and 20s. These people are just getting into the game. They're just starting. And I thought that was crazy because the servers are filling up so much, high levels can't get in together. So now we have to deal with a bunch of low levels until they level up or stop playing for the day. So then we can all group together and do an event. I did my first Scorchbeast Queen on my PC. I did the first nuke. I had 2 other people helping me. It was me and 2 other guys. My Fallout TV show video, my first one, reviewing the first episode, that was the gameplay. I had 2 other people helping me. It took us 25 minutes to kill that boss. It is recommended you have 8 people there. We had 3, and I was also very low on ammo for my 50 cal, which was my main damage doer, and my plasma Gatling gun. I was getting fucked up. I had to use my Gatling gun and my minigun, which I am trying to conserve ammo here because it rips through it extremely quickly. But if you are going to be new to 76, I can promise you, you will not be alone and higher levels will help you. If you ever come across even me in the game, I guarantee, I see a level 5, if they walk up to me, I'll probably drop them something, right? I'll drop them a stim pack or 2, I'll drop them some Radaway, I'll drop them goods, because I know, they look at a high level 2, they might be like, you want to give me something? And I'll be like, yeah, I'll give you something, why not? I'll drop you some stims, I can just go buy more if I really need to, or ammo too. Right? It's not a huge investment to go buy stuff, it's just caps, I can get them back fairly easily. So, buy the game. You need to buy the game, play the game through Xbox, Steam, whatever. You have Game Pass, obviously. you have to play this game. It is such a good game, in my opinion. Way higher level than what we were at in 2018. I still enjoyed the game in 2018, but 2024, this is like the game's year to really come back. We've already had the new expansions for Expeditions. We're going to be having a map expansion later this year. I need to understand how crazy that is. I haven't even explored this whole map yet. I've explored like the whole map of like every other Fallout game except 76, and I've played this game for thousands of hours. This is my most played Fallout game. I've played the game for like 1,600 hours on Xbox and another like 80 on PC now, and I still haven't explored every area in this game. And they're adding more, and probably more questing and more enemies too. I cannot wait to play that map expansion. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comments below. Are you a veteran player? Are you just going to get into the game now because you've watched it? Because you're hearing my little kind of sales tactics that really Bethesda should be doing, but I'm going to do it for them because I want more people to play this game because I'm a huge fan of the game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and becoming a member if you so choose to. And I will see you all in the next video. I also want to give a massive thank you to our channel members, 83SPG, Epic Gamer, TM Gaming, Blade JL, Magi of Thoth, Jen Colson, Mystic AU, Adam, Anders Anderson, Herr Winkla, Off-White, Chasebo Gaming, Spiked Kirby, Forbidden Gamer, Nick Naylor, Reese4-1YT, and Nicole Rugger. Thank you all for being members. If you want to be a member as well, click the link down in the description below, and I will see you all in the next video.